Hey hotties, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Leslie, also known as Hot Mommy, and today we're going to be talking about if the luxury item is actually worth it or if you should pass and get something else. If that's something you're interested in, stay tuned. This video is just for you. Welcome back. So good to be with you. Thanks for sticking with me. Happy Friday. If you haven't already, be sure to click that subscribe bell so that you never miss one of my fresh hot uploads each week, because I love to talk about fashion, beauty, travel. I love to bring you into my hot life, and I would hate for you to miss it. So subscribe, girl. It's what you should do. Now, today I want to talk to you all about luxury items. As a person who enjoy shopping, that's what we'll call it. I enjoy shopping, okay? This video will tell you which items I think actually get the hot stamp of approval and which of those I think you could probably just leave there and find something else. First item we're gonna start with are baseball caps. Obviously, I'm a person that loves a baseball cap. Y'all can check my Instagram and see that I always have one on. You've heard me talk about them before. I have loved a baseball cap even before I was a pixie hair mommy, when I had long hair, when I was natural, when my hair was curly and big. I love the baseball cap. I think it's the perfect accessory for if you're having a bad hair day. It's a great accessory if you just want to add a little sportiness to your look. That being said, I don't always think that a designer baseball cap is worth the purchase. This is coming from somebody who owns about 6 or 7 of them. That is because it is one of my go-to luxury items. If wearing hats is not something that you do, you most certainly do not need to spend $200+ on a designer baseball cap, because you're probably not going to reach for it a lot. I found that out kind of the hard way. Like, I have been wanting to wear a bucket hat for so long. Like, I really wanted that Prada bucket hat when it first dropped. And so I bought a different one. I bought like a fisherman's bucket cap from Luxe when I went on my last Europe trip. I think I wore it twice. So it was like, that probably wasn't the hat I need to buy. However, because I love baseball caps, I don't mind investing in them because I know I will get the cost per wear. Baseball caps are perfect because they're also an opportunity to show off your personality. They can kind of like tell the story about you without you ever having to open up your mouth. For instance, I had to have a college cap because I'm a Howard girl, I'm a Bison, HU, you know, okay? And so this is obviously a way for people to know that I went to Howard, that I support HBCUs, that that's what I'm about without me ever having to speak. This hat is among my favorites. A friend of mine actually shared the link with me, and I'll share it with you all. I can't remember the name right now, but it says choose the blackest option. And it's like, duh. What more needs to be said? If you see me and you see this, you already know what I'm about. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm from Los Angeles, LA, born and bred, so I have to have a Dodger cap. But let me tell y'all what's funny. Somebody once was like, oh yeah, how was the game? And I was like, what game? And I did not even think about the fact that I had on this big Dodger cap on my head. And obviously, to my previous point, you can look at somebody's hat and tell what they're about based on it. And so that person just assumed like, girl, you got to be a Dodger fan because you had that hat on. And I'm thinking, no, baby, like, I'm really not a Dodger fan, but I'm not a super Dodger fan. I got it because I'm from LA, and also LA is my initials. Like, that's why I bought this. As you can see, baseball caps are my thing. I have this YSL that is a corduroy. They did a collaboration with New Era. I have 2 of these hats, one in a plain black and white and this one in blue corduroy. I still purchase it because it is something that I will wear fairly often. So when it comes to designer hats, for me, I wouldn't say that it has to be worth the splurge unless you are very much a hat person. Otherwise, you can find a cute hat anywhere from Urban Outfitters to Zara to Mango to H&M, and that's probably where you could stay. The next item on my luxury purchase list is sunglasses. I love sunglasses. I think that they are something that you absolutely can splurge on, largely because they're things that you can wear with every single outfit, so you're definitely going to get your cost per wear. You know, like with a hat or with other accessories, you have to be kind of conscious of, you already wore that 7 times and you don't want it to get played out. But with sunglasses, they're never going to get played out because you always need a pair of sunnies. They're going to elevate your outfit all the time. So you really don't have to be concerned of like, if I spend this $200, am I actually going to use it? Am I actually going to wear it? And to me, it's like, yes, you absolutely will. So this is my latest purchase I showed you guys in my last video, which are the Luxe. I love these. This is something that to me, I'm like, it's worth 200 bucks because I know I don't have sunglasses in this color. I know I'm gonna get my cost per wear. I know I'm gonna put these on all the time. A pair of sunglasses will set your outfit off. Like, if you have on a fire ass pair of sunglasses, your look is just gonna go above and beyond. Even if you have on the most basic of outfits, if you have on a cute pair of sunglasses, it will really take your outfit up a notch. When it comes to sunglasses, I also feel like it's an accessory that kind of like keeps on giving, and if need be, it does have a little bit of resale value. I personally don't always purchase my items with the thought of, am I ever gonna sell this one day? But if you needed to, especially if you buy a pair of glasses that's a runway item or is a pair that's very, very popular, you may be able to sell it and kind of make your money back and put that toward another pair of glasses if you'd like. So for me, sunglasses are definitely worth the splurge. When I think you're responsible enough and when you're ready, you definitely can go ahead and spend the money on sunglasses because it's something that is going to get a lot of use in your wardrobe and you don't have to worry about it just sitting there and collecting dust. Now, the next item that I want to talk about is scarves. Now, as you can see, today I'm rocking a little Gucci scarf, and it's largely because I just didn't really feel like doing my hair, didn't want to curl it. I just washed it. So I think that a scarf can come in handy for times like that. However, I would not say that luxury or designer scarves are really worth the purchase. I just truly don't think that I see the value in them because if you're not somebody that's wearing scarves all the time, or, you know, it's just like you're not just doing it for a look, it's really not necessary. An example, I think that you can get just as nice of a scarf at a beauty supply store, which obviously this is not an Hermes scarf. I got it at the beauty supply, but that is what it's duped after. That is what it's supposed to be. To me, you can get something just as cute, just as nice. And if you're just looking for something to throw on your head or even wrap around your bag or even use as like a sarong of some sort, then sure. While I do think that scarves have multi-use functions, right? I've used this as, you know, a headband. I've definitely worn it kind of around a bag before. Often I do wear it around my head. I wouldn't say that it's an item that you have to purchase or you really need to splurge for, because you can get just as cute scarves elsewhere and you really don't have to worry about that. To be completely honest with you, I've recently seen a lot of scarves in H&M and in Zara and in places like Mango. If you're really looking for something on the pre-loved market, a scarf is the way to go if you want something designer. Buying it full price is probably not something that I would ever do. I got this at the outlet and I was willing to pay for it because I think it was like $150. And even that to me is a stretch. Like, I likely would not do that again. So when it comes to scarves, it's going to be a no for me because I just don't think it's worth it. When it comes to shoes, especially when it comes to something like a black wear pumps, these are Louboutins, just a standard Pagel black pump that you're always going to need. To me, it is worth it to buy a luxury item for multiple reasons. One, because if anything should happen to this shoe, they will re-tip it. They will fix the sole. They will, you know, fix the inside. I know that I'm going to get my cost per wear out of this shoe and it can be fixed for me should something happen. And so I don't have to worry about that. You know, I have a few pairs of Louboutins and so I'm willing to invest in that shoe because I know that it's well made. I know that it's going to last me. I know that I'm going to use it, you know, and so when it comes to things like that, staple items that just have to be in your closet, I'm willing to pay the money for something like this rather than going and buying maybe, you know, a lesser well-made shoe that I might get a few wears out of, and then the next time I need another black pump, I'm going to have to buy another one. This shoe, this style, it will never, ever, ever go out of fashion. This is something that I will throw on 20 years from now, you know, should I still be able to get up on this 6-inch heel. But you know what I'm saying? And so that is something that I feel like is worth it. When it comes to items like tennis shoes, I loved this Gucci pair of tennis shoes. Like, love, love, love. And when I first saw these, I was like, I have got to have them. This shoe has gotten more wear in my closet than I would say something like my Louis Vuitton Arclight. This is where I say you really have to determine whether or not you just like the shoe for the time being, whether the style is something that is going to be timeless, and whether the colorway is something that you're going to like in 10 years. While I enjoy the shape and style of this shoe, it's not timeless. This is definitely a trendy shoe. It was something that, you know, 5-6 years ago was very cute. Everybody had a pair and it was like, oh my gosh, I want one. And in fact, I wanted one so bad because I did love the shape and the style of the shoe that I bought it in a colorway that I would probably have never ever purchased it in. I don't wear purple. I don't really like purple like that. But because I wanted the shape of this shoe so much and because I liked it, I bought it. Now I would say that's probably not something that I consider worth doing. If you are going to buy a designer shoe, make sure it's something that's timeless, because when it comes largely to like sneakers or, you know, sandals, for instance, this espadrille, you know, kind of strappy shoe from Luxe, this is something that, because it's just a strappy kind of sandal that is similar to a Teva or, you know, like some sort of Birkenstock, this shoe is, you know, fairly timeless. You can get away with wearing it for a long time. Also, because the colors are primary, it's something you don't have to worry about clashing with all of your outfits. When you're purchasing designer shoes, you want to be mindful of the style, of the shape, and of the colorway that you're purchasing, because those three things will determine whether or not you're actually going to get cost per wear out of that item. With shoes, it's a memorable piece. So it's not something that you just throw on with everything, because everybody's going to be like, now damn, they always got that shoe on. Now again, who cares? That's your business. If you bought that shoe and you want to wear it every day, you are more than welcome to, okay? For me, I like to switch my things up. And so that being said, it's why I have to be conscious about what I'm actually purchasing. I'll give you an example. Last week when I went to the outlets, I saw this pair of hiking boots from Gucci that I had been wanting for a long time. I have like a folder on my computer just full of outfits that I've styled and I've kind of put together. For those girls that remember Polyvore, I'm a Polyvore queen, okay? So I'm always constantly building outfits, I'm constantly building outfits and putting things together just so I can get a vision of like style and how I want stuff to look. So I finally saw this pair of shoes. I think they were maybe like $300 and I was like, wow, okay. I've been looking at these hiking boots for a really long time. I could just go ahead and get them. But as I tried them on, I really had to run myself through the list of questions that I ask when I'm shopping, which is, let's see, how often are you really gonna wear this? Can you name 3 or 4 outfits in your closet already that they're gonna go with? And are you just buying it because it's cute and it's available, or because you actually want it? The answer to most of those questions was like no, no, and no. So ultimately I decided to leave the shoes there. But when you have shoes that are timeless, that will change with you even as your style changes, those are the type of shoes that you should be willing to invest in. My next item, I'm going to talk about luxury clothing items. Now, I do think that there are some luxury clothing items that are absolutely worth the purchase. I think like buying them is something that's going to stay in your closet for a long time, something you can wear. Similar to shoes though, there are a lot of designer pieces that we get that are really kind of like one-time pieces or a few time a year pieces. For instance, during that same shopping trip last week, I saw the Luxe striped baby doll dress. Beautiful dress. So gorgeous. It was in this pretty pink color. And I thought to myself, I should get this dress. I've been wanting it. It's very, very cute. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, but how often am I really going to get to wear that dress? I might wear it once or twice a year, and then that's going to be kind of it, because it's a showpiece. It's like one of those dresses that people are going to remember. I'm going to feel cute, so I'm going to want to take pictures, you know. So it's not something I can just reach in and go into my closet and grab and wear at any time, because it is so memorable. When it comes to designer pieces like that, I am more willing to say no to that, unless it's for like an occasion or something very special. I likely will leave the item there because it's not something that I'm going to be able to wear. With items like outerwear, so for the instance, I purchased this Nylon Prada jacket. It comes with a hood. I've taken it off recently, but this is a jacket that to me was worth the purchase because it's something that I can put on all the time since it is outerwear. I think outerwear is a great place for you to purchase designer items, because if you have on your Prada jacket, if you have on your Dries Van Noten jacket, if you have on, you know, a Gucci sweater, it's really not going to be something that, you know, you get tired of wearing, because it's an outerwear piece. You could put it on with your outfit and you could keep going. Now, traditionally, I like to buy those items in black, very standard colors, you know, white, something like that, so that it's not also something that cannot be worn across the board with my clothing. But this is a piece that I would say yes to. Sure, you can buy it. Right now, would love to have like the matching re-nylon shorts to this, because even the shorts can be worn with a variety of different things. So when it comes to designer clothing items, I say yes to stuff like that. I have like a Jill Sander t-shirt, really enjoy it. I have like a Jacques Mousse button down shirt, I enjoy it. But those are things that I think like are very one-off for me, not regular, and I wouldn't advise somebody to just have a boatload of designer tees, because you can find just as cute graphic tees or other t-shirts from a variety of other brands that'll be just as fly, just as cool, and really can show a little bit more personality. So I'm kind of in between on designer splurges when it comes to clothing items. If it's something that you can wear multiple times with multiple outfits, sure, outerwear. If it's like a one-time statement or showpiece, a la the Luxe baby doll dress, probably not, unless it's for a special occasion, because you're not going to get to wear it as much as you would want. And so to that, I will say, use your discretion. Now, anyone who knows me knows that I'm a bag lady. Y'all have seen around the closet, so you know that I'm a bag lady. When it comes to designer bags, I'm going to always say yes. That is what it is for me. Because to me, a bag is something that you can get extreme use out of. If you really needed to resell it, you can absolutely resell it. And they go with every single thing. It doesn't matter what it is, your bag's gonna go with it. You know, again, unless it's a special occasion. So if you're going to a gala, if it's like a wedding, you know, you can't use every bag. But by and large, you can use your bags to the bone because you need a bag. So I am all for purchasing them. Also, even if you find multiple bags that have a similar shape, even in the similar shapes, they don't do the same things for the outfit. I'll show you an example. I have about 5 or 6 Louis Vuitton bags in the traditional monogram print. Each of those bags though is in a different style. You can look back to my designer bag breakdown and you'll see which bags I really love. But in doing that, I have this bag that is a speedy, you know, it's a traditional sort of like top handle drop, just duffel bag. And I have a similar shape in that in this Gucci bag, which is the Gucci Boston bag. Now, obviously there's a size difference with these bags. So you can see that this one is much larger. It holds a little bit more. This is smaller, a little cuter. But even though these bags are the same shape, I think that they were both worth the splurge because they do something different for each outfit. I wouldn't wear this bag with every outfit. However, this bag can go with largely anything. So when it comes to designer bags, I find that those are the purchases that I'm super willing to make because I know that across the board, they're gonna get the most use out of my closet. If you are a bag person and you are trying to figure out what to get, start with something that's going to get a lot of use. If you like big bags, I will go for a tote. If you like an everyday style bag, I will go for a hobo style. And if you're somebody that like takes a purse but you don't like it to overwhelm you, I will go for a crossbody. And if you need an everyday bag, I will go for a duffel. To me, that is the way that you figure out which kind of designs you like, which kind of designer bags you want to invest in. But I always truly believe that getting the bag is worth the investment. I hesitate to say the designer jewelry is worth it, typically because most of it is just gold-plated brass or, you know, some sort of titanium. It's not actually gold filled or real gold or sterling silver. And so when you're buying a lot of this designer jewelry, you're actually paying a premium for not great metals. So that being said, I do have a few pieces that I enjoy and I like. Like I have a couple of Hermes click clack bracelets. I'm a bangle kind of girl, so I love to hear like the click of bangles. I love to have on a bracelet. That's like my go-to accessory. I enjoy them too because they can be stacked one on top of the other. I have several David Yurman bracelets, so I enjoy these. But when it comes to earrings or rings or things of that nature, I'm not a person that usually will splurge on those because I think that there are a myriad of other options that you can use. I also have a metal sensitivity in my ears, so I can't just wear any kind of jewelry, otherwise it will irritate me. And very like careful about what jewelry I buy to put on my ears. When it comes to bracelets or things, I think that they're not necessarily not worth the purchase, but if you can find a dupe, if you can find a cute one, you really will get the same look without spending the premium money for it. And so I don't necessarily say that it's a must. I think even now we all love to see like the Van Cleef bracelets. They're beautiful, they're nice. But if you can't drop $5,000 on that bracelet, it's okay. Like, you can find one that's just as cute someplace else and get the same kind of look you're going for. Now, if you're into the history of the jewelry, you know a lot about Van Cleef, you know where the butterfly motif came from and how the family has been doing it for so long, and you want to invest in that piece, I say more power to you. I think it's beautiful. However, if you're willing to invest that much money in kind of gold-plated brass or things, invest your money in real jewelry that's going to last a long time, that's not going to turn, that's not going to, lose its luster after a little while. I advise people to kind of find like a personal jeweler, somebody who can make you things that are really customized to you that you'll enjoy. I think that that's worth more of the investment than it is to kind of buy these baubles and things. They're cute, they're great. Clearly I've purchased them, but it's not something that I would do all the time. Before, I would call my jeweler and ask her to make me a bracelet or invest more of my money there. So when it comes to designer jewelry, I would say you should save and buy something else and not make the splurge. That's all for me today, hotties. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, I'm here to teach, to educate, to entertain, and inspire. If you loved it, please be sure to subscribe, comment below, drop me a thumbs up, and share this with a friend because we love to grow the hottie community. Thank you so much, as always, for being here, and I'll see you next week. Bye.